This video is brought to you by the Des Moines Public Library and the Des Moines Public Library Foundation.
Hi everybody, Tim Reed here again with my very silly monster. Welcome to Imagine That, my summer program for 2020. Today we're going to explore the imagination and everyday ordinary objects. You know, it's funny because I get to travel around the schools and libraries in the Midwest usually and play games and inspire kids to draw and read and do fun things like that all the time. But because of the way things are right now, I'm stuck here in my studio and you're there at home, but we can still have fun along the way. One fun thing I get to do with those kids is play a game called Stump the Artist. And how it works is this. I yell out to the kids and say, hey, give me an idea about something you think I can't draw. And if I can't draw it, then you get a point. If I can draw it, then I get a point. Well, needless to say, it's a pretty fun game and it can be really challenging sometimes. Sometimes I get some things that I simply cannot draw. However, the first time I played this game, a young boy said, draw a sea monster. He thought he was going to stump me because he knew I like to draw monsters, but I don't know if he knew that I could draw a sea monster. And I thought, well, I'm going to give it a shot. So, first thing I did was this. I drew some really scary sea monster eyes. Something kind of like that. That's pretty scary, right? So, and then I drew some really, really scary sea monster teeth. And then I drew some really cool sea monster scales on top. And then I gave it a sea monster tail. And then I gave it a really scary sea monster tongue, kind of like that. So it was really starting to come together, but it still wasn't a sea monster. And the boy was getting kind of excited because he thought he was going to get all the points from this one. But I said, no, it is a sea monster. It really is. And I'll show you how. So I took and I went like this. And as you can see, it is a sea monster. Pretty cool, huh? And so it's all kinds of fun wrapped up into one little drawing, right? So you can see how things can turn out differently when you use your imagination. Sometimes I look at everyday household objects and I try to look at them into a different way. I use my imagination to think, okay, how can those be something different? For instance, what if I did this? And I drew a couple of socks. Kind of like that. Well, it's just a couple of socks on the page, right? But what if I added something to it? And now those socks turned out to be a fun little puppy. Pretty cool, right? That's definitely something you could do. So, well, what if I did this? What if I went ahead and I drew, well, we've all seen these around the house, haven't we? Let me see. Maybe some of you haven't seen these before. I don't know. But this is actually what I call a clothespin. You use them to clip your clothes onto the clothesline if you dry your clothes outside. And so that's a clothespin. But what can we change on that to make it extra special? Don't forget, use your imagination. So what if we did this? cool boots on there, and then maybe a cape, a mask, and suddenly that clothespin turned into kind of a fun superhero. That's pretty neat. All you need to do is add a few things to it, use your imagination, and it turns into something really, really special. So let's try another one. What if you saw this? Some of you have seen these around, obviously. It's a key, right? And you use them to lock your doors or start your car or lock a lock. But what can we do to change it into something and make it extra special? Well, watch this. Now it's a dog barking. So now let's try another one. Let's get another sheet of paper. How many of you have seen these around the house? Maybe you've seen these around the house, maybe in mom and dad's garage, a pair of pliers. So what can we do to do that with that? So maybe we could change this into some kind of bird. That's pretty neat, right? Okay, let's try another one. What if we saw this? What could that be? Well, you see these on Sundays in the fall. It's a football, right? But what if we look at that using our imagination and add a little creativity? What could that football really be? What could it turn into? Well, we could do this. We'll add some windows on the sides here. Suddenly, the football turns into a rocket ship. That's pretty cool, right? Now, what if we saw this? I'm gonna draw this one down here, right here. What does that look like to you? Does it look like a lollipop? I think so. But is it really a lollipop? Or can we do this to it and turn it into something really silly using our imagination? And suddenly we have a man with a suit on. And a skinny little neck. That's pretty cool. All right, now let's do another one. What if we drew this? What does that look like to you? That's a spoon, right? Well, you all know the nursery rhyme. How the dish ran away with the spoon. There you go. Pretty neat stuff. So you never really know what you're going to end up with once you start to look at things and you add a few lines here and there. You can really come up with some really cool ideas. I want to do one more. Now this is not exactly an everyday object, but I want to show you how you can make something cool out of nothing. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab a sheet of paper and a pen and a marker sometime. And I want you to do what I'm going to do here and see what you can come up with. I want you to close your eyes, just like this. And I want you to make a big scribble. And now that scribble, we're going to turn it into something really kind of special. Oh boy, that's a real challenge, isn't it? Do you see anything special in that scribble? Look at it again. Oh, I see what it could be. So here, let's try this, okay? Okay, so now, so you never know what you're going to end up with when you use your imagination and apply a little bit of creativity. So this is my challenge for you. Get a sheet of paper out, marker, crayon, whatever you like, draw a few household objects and turn them into something really special. I bet you'll be surprised what you come up with. So thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time. This is Tim with Imagine That. Don't forget to thank your library for having me. Have a great day. Thanks.